We are the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea.
It's true. We're from Long Island, so we say, how you doing? How you doing?
I don't.
We're in the middle of the vines.
Yes.
Because it's Memorial Weekend. So
It's
there's
kickoff. We're here. It's summertime. Long Island wine of the week.
I'm thankful for our hot teas.
Yes. That's like such a Long Island thing.
We're just talking about real life.
Right.
That's what we do. Welcome back to the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Kristen, and I have a very special guest with me today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vanessa Gordon from East End Taste and the Hamptons Interactive Brunch.
Yay! So Sharon's on vacation, as everybody knows. So we have Vanessa sitting in as my co-host today, and I'm super excited to meet you in person. But it's one of those situations where I'm like, hey, Vanessa, when she walked in, as though I've known you forever, because I feel like I do.
Yes, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah, we follow each other, and I follow you, of course, and we have participated in your activities in the past, but you just got back from I know this because I follow you. You just got back from a great vacation.
Yes, I came back from Greece. I was on a cruise with Celestial Cruises, and we went to Greece and Turkey.
Yeah, so I don't think I have to ask, how you doing? Which is how we start every show. I say, how you doing?
How you doing?
I know, exactly. So you're glowing. So you just got
Really?
back
Thank
from
you.
Greece, and it looked like you had an amazing time.
I did. Yeah, it was my first visit to Greece. My goodness, where do I begin? I would say my favorite, I liked Kusadasi in Turkey. I've always wanted to visit there.
Never heard of it.
Neither had really I.
I was
And
like,
I acted like, oh yeah. Who
You're
has
like,
not
of course.
heard of
In the Hamptons, we call it Turkey.
right?
I know. We know it well. But you know, so here's my question. And it's funny because we're going on a European vacation in a couple of weeks as well. And I'm excited about it. And it's the reason we're going that week is because it's all of our birthday weeks. It's my birthday and my two daughters the same week. And my stepkids just graduated. So it's like a big family celebration, which is that week. But everybody told me when I first moved here, they're like, listen, Kristen, welcome to Long Island. Because I was going back and forth to Arizona to see my kids and, you know, see my family and stuff. And they were like, summer is when you stay. Winter is when you leave.
I do agree. I ironically only go away around 4th of July weekend. Why? It's the most crowded. It's literally the same, in my opinion, you're going to get the fireworks anywhere you go, perhaps in the United States. And I usually go visit my family in Connecticut. But interestingly, last 4th of July, I went to Mexico with my kids, just me and my kids.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
We did. We had a lot of fun.
See, I love. I don't think I will ever not be on Long Island for 4th of July because I've been out other places, but 4th of July weekend here is, to me, magical. I just put my new American flag up this week on my house. I'm so excited. I took pictures of it last night with the sunset. And what we do is we're on the North Shore. So funny you said Connecticut because we're on the North Shore. We go to this one beach where you can see our fireworks, but then you can see the fireworks all along the coast of Connecticut as well in the distance. And it's so beautiful. And I feel like Long Island has, you know, we have so many veterans that live here. There's such a feeling of patriotism and Americana and white picket fences. And of course, the weather is just like, it's beautiful during the day. And at night, you got to put on your hoodie because it gets chilly. Which, let me tell you, growing up or being from Arizona, 4th of July is not magical. Okay? It's hot. And you don't want to be outside. So anyway, I love summers on Long Island. And we're excited to talk to you because you are Miss Hamptons, the Hamptons queen, right? And we're gonna talk about a bunch of things happening in the Hamptons.
There's a lot of cool stuff this season. For instance, even this coming Saturday, thank goodness one of my close friends from the city called me and she's like, were you invited to this one dinner happening in Watermill? And I said, no, I didn't get the invite. Not only did I get the invite, I already RSVP'd. Yes,
you're going. That's how busy it is.
That's how busy it is.
So there is literally stuff happening all over Long Island, but in the Hamptons, this is when the Hamptons come alive, right? And we're always talking, we were just talking before we aired about how glamorous everything is in the Hamptons. I mean, you got the pop-ups and the Louis Vuitton and the Bobby Brown and the Chanel and all these amazing chefs and such. But it's funny because, you know, what people don't realize is that people that live on the Hamptons year round, super low key. Yeah, you're in here, you're like totally natural. You're like, oh, this is so wonderful. You know what I mean? You're not like super glamorized. I'm putting on lipstick and you come in like you're just sun kissed, totally. And I love it. I love when you go to the Hamptons, you see people super dressed in t-shirts and shorts and hoodies. And I think that's the charm.
That is. It's funny. I only get dressed up when I absolutely have to because it's a chore.
Yeah.
It's a chore, especially the two kids that, what do they do? The ketchup and every other condiment on them and sauce and they come up to you.
I know.
Did I just
I love it though. Yeah, no, I love it. It's great.
Oh my goodness. And they run up to me. I was at a dinner party last summer or I was on my way to one, excuse me. And my son goes, "Mommy, don't go," and ketchup, bam, right on my front pocket. So there's a photo of me on my Instagram account. If you scroll down a little bit, strategically, you see where my bag is with my white pants. I'm covering it. I don't really embrace the ketchup stain. I'm going, no.
Yeah,
That's pushing it.
It's mom life. That's mom life. So let's talk about what you established in the Hamptons real quick. So it's the East End Taste, and you have the annual interactive Hamptons Brunch. So tell me a little bit about how that started, what you do, what it is.
Sure. What's funny is everything started not only organically, but truly from scratch. I started East End Taste originally in 2016, a couple years after my daughter was born. It was started because I wanted to fill a void. I was freelance writing at the time. I come from a teaching background. I was teaching English as a second language, and I wanted something to keep me busy. And perhaps people would think, "Oh, aren't you busy with a 2-year-old?" I guess perhaps not. But I wanted something to occupy my mind. So I was literally just writing for fun, didn't understand any of the process of monetization, of social media. But it was until someone I knew from one of the local fitness boutique gyms that I was working at, because I was also teaching fitness classes. I was at Pure Bar. I was at the Y, Gurney's.
I'm a Pure Bar psycho.
Really?
You want to know how many classes I've taken?
I would love to know. You've beaten me by a long shot.
So you're a Pure Bar instructor?
I was a Pure Bar instructor from 20.
This is the bane of my existence. I've been dying to be a Pure Bar instructor, but I won't do it because I think it's going to crush my joy. 1,113 classes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I'm on
Way
it.
to go.
Yeah. I'm on the Platinum Challenge. I skipped a year last year, but I did it the year before, which is 15 classes a day. And 15 classes a month. Sorry.
Damn. Whoa.
Yeah, you're like, oh, can you imagine? 15 classes a month, and it's such a struggle every month to get it in with my schedule. But it keeps me focused. I love it. Is there a Pure Bar out there?
There was in Southampton. That's the one I taught at, but that one closed,
It's
unfortunately.
not there. Oh,
a few months
they have
after.
a hard time because of the seasonality of it, right?
That was the season. Yeah, and we were packed. I mean, my classes, I was maxed out. I remember
This
my
is
classes.
this is what I always say I'm going to do. I'm going to open up a Pure Bar studio.
You should. They do really well. I know the woman that owns them in the city, East Setauket, I want to say.
Yeah,
There's another
I'm
one
the one in
open
East Setauket.
Oh,
I go
okay.
there all the time. Well, you keep peeling back the layers of what you
Yeah.
do. We went off on a Pure Bar tangent because of me. But so you started, out of boredom, you started East End Taste.
Yes, and it wasn't until there was an individual with a background in marketing, 15-year plus in marketing and communication, said, "Did you know that you said don't call it a blog, it's a digital public. You have writer, you have." He was explaining to me the difference between a blog and a digital publication, and I said, "Oh, okay." So that was the first step there, and it was just this from there, growth of how to monetize, setting your advertising rates and your learning how to use Google Analytics and SEO. And I was meeting people in all my travels. That's how I would hire. I was actually just recently featured in Success Magazine with how I've hired VAs, and actually how I grew my business with virtual assistants. My social media assistant, for instance, is based in the Philippines. I have another lady that works for me in Australia. My graphic designer's in Buffalo, New York.
So tell me what the East End Taste digital publication is. What do you focus on? What do people get when they subscribe?
We focus on culinary or attainable, sustainable travel. So, for instance, I like to say to people, learning about ways to be sustainable through different approaches in the world. So, for instance, learning about different farming methods, different techniques that chefs use to help how they work with local farms and such. For instance, one of our recent interviews was with a gentleman named Jorge who lives in Portugal, the eastern end of Portugal, in the Algarve, and how he mines salt. And it's just so fascinating how some of these stories perhaps transcend into similar stories that are from farmers and such, or restaurant owners that are in the Hamptons.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of give and take where people get to learn about different approaches all around the world. Another thing we do is we like to focus on regions that emulate, or not say emulate, but they're similar to the Hamptons. So say, for instance, Kinsale, Ireland on the coast, kind of like the Sag Harbor, or the Algarve, like I just mentioned, the Algarve in Portugal, that nice seaside charm, but it's a, there's an attainable luxury element to it. Cornwall, England is another example.
Yeah, and that's great. People don't realize when you go to all over Long Island, it's interesting. It does have a lot of international similarities. Like we always talk about how Long Island wine country is like Bordeaux. And I think people have a perception of what, New York and New York City, and then that's what Long Island is, or what all of New York State is. And you come out here and you're like, no, it is like all of these amazing. You go out there and there's cliffs and there's, bluffs and there's farms, and it's really so beautiful on the East End. And then you decided to start the brunch.
Yes. So the brunch, once again, very organic. So I've known my event production team. They're Brian, Kelly, and Sean Koski. They own a company called Ticket to Events. I became to know them through events that they put on with the Real Housewives of New York. Jill Zara is one of their perhaps more notable clients. And I said, I have an idea for an event. Why don't we do like a 30-person sit down, luncheon, do little cute gift bags, fun little experience. Have something a little bit different. And he goes, why only 30, 40 people? You think you could do better than that? Do better than that. And they pushed me way out of my comfort zone, because I'm very used to working on the back end. So it wasn't until the last 5 years that I actually put myself front and center, perhaps, and started to not only create the brunch, but also brand myself too. Mm-hmm. And it was a success. People came, they loved it. And
so tell me about the brunch. The brunch happens once a year.
The main event happens once a year. This year, Saturday, August 5th in Sag Harbor. And yes, so this is the fourth annual, if you will, because we took 2020 and 2021 off. And it's only gotten better each year.
It's a big deal, and it's limited availability. So the tickets are scarce, and you sell out, obviously. So it's August 5th, which is a beautiful Saturday in Sag Harbor, one of the most charming areas of the Hamptons, which is so wonderful. So where do they go to buy the tickets?
They go to Eventbrite, or you could Facebook. It's linked if you Google Hamptons Interactive Brunch.
Okay, so Hamptons Interactive Brunch on Facebook.
You can go there, or even better is Instagram at Hamptons Interactive Brunch.
Okay, so Hamptons Interactive Brunch on Instagram or Facebook to get your tickets. And then what is the event? What do people expect when they go?
I mean, we have excellent food, drinks galore. We're known actually for our loaded gift bag, which last year.
I want to talk about this because I've heard about this famous gift bag that you have. So, and it's big. No, you're talking in the thousands of dollars of value.
Yes.
So this gift bag has become almost more popular than the brunch itself.
It is. It's quite coveted. People. It's so funny that's what people get excited about.
So give me some examples of what's in this gift bag.
Last year, for instance, we had brands, my goodness, we had Alchemist, we had Dylan's Candy Bar, we had Beach Waver. And
now companies reach out to you because they want to be in this gift bag. That's amazing. How did that, people just wanted to be part of it and be in front of this targeted crowd?
It's not only that, it's the Hamptons targeted crowd, but also a lot of these brands, these are cultivated relationships that I've had for many, many years. And they know and trust me, and I say, and I deliver.
Yeah. And speaking of you delivering to our hot teas, we actually are going to do a giveaway of one of these incredible bags worth $2,500.
The last year was worth $2,500.
So it might even be worth more this year, Hot Teas. So we'll make sure you're following our Instagram at Long Island Tea Podcast, and we'll post all the details on there. But thank you for doing that, because I think, people love a good gift bag. It's funny, whenever I go to any events, I went to one the other day, and I bring back my swag bag, and half the time it's a chapstick. Maybe if you're lucky, there's a magnet or something in there. But my kids love it. Yeah. And my kids, as soon as I come back, they're like, whoosh, and there's chocolate everybody loves a good swag bag.
Totally.
Yours are a different level, which is okay. That's amazing.
Yes, we have. I can't reveal anything.
Oh, Michael's like pressuring you to say one thing.
I'll just give a little hint. We have one of our sponsors is a luggage company. I can't reveal exactly. So.
Oh God, I need luggage for my
travel.
Europe trip. I know, like
Could
Michael's
you
all
imagine
excited.
if it's luggage? I don't know. Can you?
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
you
can.
never
Oh
know.
my God. Of course, it's going to be after my dang trip. So, but no, that's amazing. A piece of luggage.
Maybe.
I mean, right there, that's the price of the ticket.
There you go.
So we're really excited about this. We have, and there's so much happening in the Hamptons, and we love having you here. But we always talk about one of the other things in the Hamptons that I love so much is Wolfer Vineyards.
I love Wolfer. I always direct people to Wolfer.
And Sharon and I talk about it all the time. But today, for our taste of Long Island, we're actually drinking a Wolfer cider, a dry rosé cider. So we're really excited because Sharon won't drink this with me. Sharon doesn't like cider. So thank you for drinking this with me, Vanessa. But it's a clear and subtle blush, and it gives you aromas of fresh picked apple and lilac with hints of strawberries. And it's just a nice cider. It's like a little tart. Love it. Crisp tart acidity and bright fruit. So we love it. And also for those of you that are the designated drivers going out to the Hamptons, you can actually get a lot of the stuff alcohol free at Wolfer too. They actually do non-alcoholic ciders and rosés.
They do. There's a really lovely verjus I remember enjoying when I was pregnant with my son.
Yeah.
Really good.
I mean, that's so nice because there's nothing worse than trying to be the nice person in the group and you go to this beautiful vineyard and everybody's like enjoying wine. And I mean, Alyssa, when you and Sharon went out there, they tricked you. They were like, "What? Taste this one." Everyone's like, "It's delicious. We love it." And they're like, "There's no alcohol in that." Mm-hmm. They tricked them. You couldn't even tell. And that's amazing. So thank you, Wolfer, for being our Taste of Long Island segment. And there's a lot going on in Long Island for us, too, as far as we talk about Long Island life, just like what it's like. Because, we're listened to in 64 countries, this podcast. So a lot of people... 72 now. Oh, Alyssa says, 72. We've grown. Yeah. What? I don't even know. I couldn't even name 72 countries. I don't think... Vanessa almost spit her cider out when I said that. I'm like, what? Who are all you people? All you people listening to us in other countries, please DM us and, leave us a review. Let us know who you are and why you're listening because I'm super curious. Are you expats? Are you just traveling from Long Island all around the world, which people do? Like Vanessa, we have Long Islanders love to travel and you're taking us with you. Tell us just because I'm super curious as to who and why you're listening. But we had a lot of stuff going on Long Island. We just launched a new campaign. Oh, did you see it?
I sure did.
Yay! It's called You Belong. And it was really, really cool because we took a different approach to our summer campaign this year. And we launched Where You Belong. Long Island is Where You Belong in 2018. And it was this great, you can be anything you want to be. You could be a foodie or you could be a family or you could be adventurous or all these things. And it's a sense of belonging. And we loved it. But what we were so surprised about is how much the Long Island locals loved it. I mean, we kind of did it for visitors to get to know Long Island. And the locals were like, it's where I belong. And we had T-shirts made where I belong. And now it's all of our merch. Michael's wearing Belong on Long Island hoodie. He's modeling it for us now. And we have beach towels all in our merch shop. And it's awesome. And people love it. And I wanted to showcase especially Long Island people because I love a good Long Island accent. I think the people are what make Long Island so special. Right? It's what sets us apart from every other destination on the planet that has beaches and all these things. It's our people and our businesses. So we actually had our local businesses film 6 different videos and talk about, why they love it, what they do here, their lives. And then at the end, they all say, if you love a good bagel or if you love wine or if you love Indian food or art, whatever their video's about, then you belong on Long Island. And I love these videos so much because it's just so close to my heart that what we're doing is resonating with the local community and that they're proud of it, and they want it and they want to be a part of it and they're willing to be a part of it. So it's awesome. We're already getting reached out to from other businesses that want to participate and have videos filmed. And so that's just a good feeling, right? Isn't it great when people love what you're doing and they want you to continue?
It is. And it's so cool. I've never perhaps been in a part of the world where people are so they're really, really passionate in a positive way about where they live.
Yeah. And it's great because we get to kind of pull back the curtain on Long Island and say, listen, what makes a Long Island bagel so special? Well, we're going to show you if you watch our video. And our videos are on our website, discoverlongisland.com/youbelong. Or you can go to our YouTube page where you see this podcast also. And we have all of our videos there. And the videos there have gotten over 10,000 views already on our YouTube page each. So like over 60,000 views. Oh, yeah. And Michael says, if you're a business, if you're a local business listening and you're interested in, look, we're only going to do 6 videos a year because it's a lot of work. If you watch them, they're super highly produced. This takes a tremendous amount of time and scripting and editing and all of those things. They're beautiful, but we'll do a few businesses, but also we want businesses to tell us your story. And I was talking to Bree about it earlier too. So you can go on DM, you can DM us on Instagram on Long Island Tea Podcast, or you can just take a video of yourself with your cell phone. Send us a little video of, why, what your story is about your business and why you think we should help tell your story. And we can maybe feature it on one of our social media pages, or we were talking about it, how fun, like at the end of the year at our gala, we'll do like a compilation of all the businesses and I just love it. I love, love, love having our local businesses participate in what we're doing and engage with us. And so I'm super excited about that. And then what else did we do? I wrote down something else. Oh my gosh. Our team just got back, I think yesterday or the day before, from Aspen. They went to the Aspen Food and Wine Festival.
I've been wanting to go to that for years.
Yes, we actually had a booth. We had a booth there for Discover Long Island to celebrate Long Island Wine Country's 50th anniversary.
That's right.
Yay! I know. And they were like, oh my God. It's so funny because both of them, I'm always preaching this, but people don't believe it until they experience it. But they were like, we were such a hit. People were blown away. They were like, we had no idea Long Island had wines. And I'm like, of course because people in Long Islanders think everybody knows everything about us. Because you're laughing. Yeah. We're it's like, everybody knows.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny because even people, I'll travel anywhere in the world. They've all heard of the Hamptons and they go, where is Hamptons?
Mm-hmm.
I said, well,
yeah.
Hamptons is out 90 miles east on Long Island.
Yeah.
From New York City. And they're like, where's east? It's so funny. Like, is it near Philly? I've heard, is it near Boston, Philadelphia? Is it near Miami? Was the strangest one.
Yeah, well, people, when I travel, everyone thinks the Hamptons are somewhere near Martha's Vineyard and the Cape and, and the Catskills, all these places they've heard of, but they don't know because unless we tell them, that's our job as Discover Long Island, is to say, this is where this is. And everybody knows the Hamptons, but nobody realizes they're on Long Island and that you can come to New York City and take a train and be in the Hamptons. So we still have a lot of work to do, but the Aspen Food and Wine Festival was a huge hit. We gave these little sunglasses away that said Discover Long Island on them. And I know that the president of Long Island Wine Country who was there, Kareem, he was getting business cards left and right from people that want to carry. They were like, oh my gosh, this is the exact kind of wine I want to carry in my hotel, my restaurant. I'm like, this is what we do. When we get out and we leave Long Island and we tell people about it, they're like, oh, that's great. We'll take it. I'll have that. That sounds great. But we do have to go and do that work, right? That promotional work. We can't just, unfortunately, sit back and expect the world to come to us all the time.
It's truly fascinating. I've been selling the Ronkonkoma round trip train ticket. I swear I should get getting royalties from it because they're like, oh, do you take the train from me? I said, no, I drive to Ronkonkoma every half hour. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, and you can get either to Penn Station or Grand Central from that so quickly. It's wonderful. So we did that. We launched our Belong campaign. And then personally, you were talking about your kids are little. My kids are all older. Right. So my daughter's here from college right now. And my stepdaughter, in fact, as soon as we wrap today, I got to go because she's taking prom pictures tonight.
I heard there's prom tonight. That's so exciting.
There's prom. I'm just hoping the weather seems like it's holding out because it was a little bit rainy.
It rained on my prom night.
Oh, really?
It'll be okay.
Okay. I know.
I think it downpoured, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me tell you, though, prom in East Setauket, where we live, intense.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. Vanessa, there's a live stream. There's a live stream that I'm going to go home and watch. I'm going to have wine. And all the parents come into my house, and we'll watch the live stream. They line up in their cars, and there's a full red carpet with bleachers.
Oh, cute. And
the parents have to pick a lottery. You have to be on the prom committee as a parent to get a guaranteed seat. So you have to work and decorate the whole prom, or there's maybe a lottery. I would never do that, any of that. So I just watch it on my TV and from the comfort of my couch. But all the kids get out, and it's intense. Everybody in the community is like watching you get out and walk the red carpet.
That
Pressure.
is awesome.
It's pressure though.
That is. Oh my goodness.
I mean, think about what you were talking about going to an event tonight. You know,
I'm so
and the
nervous.
pressure.
Somebody help me.
So you're going to an event at Ohika Castle. I heard.
am. Yes, to support my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. With,
And you've never been there yet.
I've never been to Ohika Castle. I can't
Isn't that
believe
so
it.
funny? Like you're a Long Islander, never been to Ohika, right?
Isn't that bizarre? I've been to Old Westbury Gardens several times, but isn't that probably shocks everyone. But yeah, no. So my husband, he works for Northwell Health, and he's expanding, I guess, a part of his practice. And yeah, so it's a really nice opportunity for him to meet other local health professionals and such. And yeah, I'm there to support him.
Yeah. So imagine if your entire community was watching you on a live stream. Get out of the car and walk a red carpet and do something exciting. You have to like dip or do something. I was like, I don't know. Thank God they didn't do that when I was in prom, but I love watching it. And it's great. And so I'm trying to, it's a big prom night and it's graduation this weekend.
Amazing.
Yeah. And all the kids in the district, they go to either the Hamptons for the night or now the North Fork. My kids are going to the North Fork. And then the other interesting Long Island news, did you hear that there's a new Long Island license plate?
I sure did.
Are you going to get one?
I'm strongly considering it. I think my husband had to switch his plate, but I think I may. Good talking point.
Yeah. So we did a TikTok on.
I saw.
Did you? It went viral. It's got over 200,000
nice
views. I think well over. So people are here for the Long Island license plate, and it shows the Montauk Lighthouse, and of course people are like, and it's got like a little American flag on there because again, Americana, Long Island, always. And I love, people's comments on everything. People's comments in the newspaper are like, the flag should be more prominent. I had a better photo that you wouldn't have had to flip it and reverse. And I'm like, everybody just calm down. It's a license plate. It's the Montauk Lighthouse. And there is an American flag on there, which is representative. Like, nothing's ever right. You know what I mean? You always get the nays. Your face is hilarious.
I just hear that way too often. You guys got to stop.
Exactly. Just
really
be like,
stop.
Yes. Be like, oh, that's great. Thank you.
We've heard it. It's enough.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm like, what is going on with people? Just calm down.
Calm down. Listen to Taylor Swift's Calm Down.
I
listened to that. She says, you need to just stop. You need to calm down. That's exactly what I thought of when I heard
Exactly.
about the license plate. That's exactly what I have to do.
Vanessa, I have a Taylor Swift lyric for literally every emotion in my life.
There you go.
I mean, I could tell you every scenario there's a Taylor Swift song, and I love it. I'm like, look what you made me do. Don't even start me with that. I love it. So speaking of, I guess we could just go into some celebrity if you wanted to, because we're already talking about Taylor Swift. Speaking of Taylor Swift, she just announced her European dates for next year. Did you watch Succession by any chance?
No.
Oh, it's so good. And it's all based in New York City. And the reason I say that is because my kids were immediately like, so she's in Zurich on your birthday. And on my birthday, she's on this day, so we could go. And I'm like, I don't know what you think is happening here. I'm not a Kardashian. I mean, I don't know. We just don't go to Europe and see Taylor Swift like normal people. But there's this great TikTok, and it's Kendall from Succession, who is so great. I love the show, and it's him, and it's talking about like me explaining to my husband that I need to go see Taylor Swift in Europe. And it's like his quote from the movie that's like, I really feel like if I don't do this, I might die. I might die. I was like, this is really how my kids feel. Like, I need to go see her in Europe.
I heard it's even with Beyonce, I know she was doing it. It was easier supposedly to get tickets, or they weren't doing the silly like resell or upsell.
Is it because is Ticketmaster in Europe? Maybe
Correct.
not.
There's something there. That's why people. It's actually better to fly to Europe. Something to consider. Just a thought.
Michael went and saw Lady Gaga in London, so because he was fully judging, like, oh my God, who goes to Europe to see Taylor? That is so. And then he's like, although I did go see Lady Gaga 7 times, including in London. I'm like, okay. So need to calm down. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So what other, can I just say one more thing? This is not on your notes, Michael. Are you ready? Here's one more piece of interesting celebrity, and I took pictures of it. Did you hear? And I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this story, but I am. Panera is, Panera, the restaurant.
Absolutely.
They have the pick 2 on the lunch, and I always
do
the pick 2. You get a salad or sandwich or whatever. They have a new shop, a clothing shop, and they have a new swimwear line where you can pick 2. of swimwear. Okay, and the swimwear, I'm not even kidding. Look at it. It's hilarious. It's swimwear with like broccoli on it or like little sandwiches, like Panera stuff. Or like fruit. And you can you can mix and match and pick two. And I don't know why I'm obsessed with this. You pick two combination. It says it's like they introduced the fashion swimwear with soup, salad, and sandwich themed fashion. And I don't know why I'm so here for the story, but it says, let's see, if you want to get your hands on it, you go to thepanerashop.com starting June 21st with prices starting at $32.
So I could always wear my broccoli cheddar soup. Literally.
Why do I want this swimsuit so bad? I literally want one
Yummy.
that has like a sandwich on it. I don't know why. How clever.
That's cute.
The pick two. And
That is cute.
what?
Swimsuit.
Swimsuits.
That's adorable.
Swimsuits.com, but it's on the Panerashop.com, I think. So
My daughter's going to jump on that one. For
I'm
some
telling
reason. She's
you.
a big Panera fan.
Same. I love Panera.
I do.
It's very
I love it.
expensive. And the writer was funny because he's like, I do oftentimes want to swim in that bowl, that bread bowl of soup. Maybe that's where they got the idea. I don't know. I love that
cute.
story. I saw it this morning, so I thought I would add it to our repertoire of celebrity. Oh, and Jennifer Lawrence. Did you hear that Jennifer Lawrence was filming that movie? I can't. Where is it, Michael? What is it called? No Hard Feelings. It comes out. Her movie, No Hard Feelings. A huge chunk of it's filmed here on Long Island. You'll
No
see
kidding.
you'll see a bunch of notable spots when you see it. Oh, thank you. Li plays major role in No Hard Feelings.
Oh, that's cute.
She works at a restaurant in Montauk, I think, and then there's the Montauk Lighthouse, and then there's places all over Long Island, and in both counties, everywhere. So
Very cool. I'm going to check that out.
and it looks funny.
I
I
like
love
that.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I do too. She's amazing.
She's really good, and I'm glad she's doing
good.
a comedy. Real quick before we leave, you brought a couple of treats.
I sure did.
I already dug in. We had to like wait to start recording because I was eating this amazing crumb cake. What is it? What does this one say?
This is the raspberry walnut crumb cake, and then I have over here it just simply said it's brownie, and I'm a huge brownie fan. And yeah, it's from Han's Old Fashioned Cake Company, and they're based up island, as I say,
Yeah.
in the Hamptons. But what's really cool, I mean, I stop at the farmers markets all the time. It's kind of like my go-to place if I'm just like, I don't know what's for dinner tonight. I get the strawberries, and it's great. You can just pick some stuff up. I'm a big, individual when it comes to never show up anywhere empty-handed. So I just grab.
You were so sweet. You came in, you're like, I brought some treats. And I'm like, oh, thank God I'm starving. I was like, I know. And it's delicious. And I think they're in Farmingdale, but they're in the North Fork, like you said, at the farms you can go and you can get the most amazing treats at the farmers markets, which we're always talking about.
I always get to know people on a first name basis at the farmers market. I like them to know who I am and vice versa. Because I'm like, be straight up. What do you love here? What do you buy? What do you bring home? And that's what I go off on.
Oh, smart. I just buy
the
everything.
time.
I just go around and buy stuff.
I don't know. I'll eat anything. Tell me, and I just let them lead me, so to say. And I always like to bring home something new because it's really
That's a good
fascinating.
idea.
Even though I've lived in the Hamptons pretty much my whole life, whether it's part time or full time, I'm always discovering something new every day. Discovering something new.
You know what? And that is a perfect summary of this is no matter how many times you've been here, no matter how long you've lived on Long Island, if you've never been here, there is always something new to discover, especially in the Hamptons, especially during the summer, because there's always new stores and pop-ups and chefs and restaurants and events and activities. So make sure you mark your calendar for August 5th, Saturday, August 5th, the Hamptons Interactive Brunch. Our team will be there. Michael for sure will be there. I'm going to try to be there. The only reason I may is if I'm taking my daughter back to college that week or not. So pray for me that I'm there, because if I'm not there, I'm going to be in Arizona in August, which is going to be like sweltering and horrible. And you have some cute merch. I love this hat. It says Let's Brunch. And you're thinking about, and it's called hashtag Hamptons Brunch. You're thinking about selling these, and you wanted input from our viewers?
Yeah, tell me if you like it. I also have my T-shirt. It says
Yes.
Let's Brunch on the back.
Let's Brunch. I want this for sure. I'm telling you
Cool.
right now. I'm going to ask you if I can have. Can I have this?
You may.
Okay.
I brought them for you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love this hat. It's the most beautiful coral color, and it says Let's Brunch, and I'm for sure going to just rock this like on the weekends. I love a good brunch, so I love it, love it, love it. Make sure you're signing up and make sure you're following our Instagram for the gift bag. Michael, did you want to announce the winner of our pet, or do you want to?
Yeah, so they were
Come on over.
also ready.
Hold on. Michael's going to tell you. We also had a winner to announce for our dog bandanas. Okay. So speaking to them.
So they were announced already, but we got a really lovely message from Brooke Bade. She showed off her dogs wearing our Discover Long Island doggy bandanas. So definitely check them out. We're going to post her again on Instagram, and definitely tag us if you guys get any of our merch, especially with your furry friends. We want to see all of them sporting, the Long Island pride, just, with everything that we have. So just wanted to share. It was very sweet. And Brooke said that she loved it, and thank you for your support.
Oh, thank you, Brooke. Yeah, make sure you're tagging us on all your photos that you're posting around Long Island, especially with our merch, because we will share it. And a portion of those proceeds of those bandanas for dogs goes to Paws for Vets, which is for, dogs for veterans. And we love always giving back to our local community. If you leave us a review, it doesn't even have to be 5 stars, any kind of review. Hopefully it is 5 stars. You get $5 off merch. So make sure you go on and leave us a review. And Vanessa, it has been a treat finally getting to know you in person.
Likewise.
Cheers. Have
Cheers.
so much fun tonight. And hot teas. Sharon will be back next week.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.